Hi. Well, this video is for myself, but if anyone has ever came across with this video, by the time this is recorded, I don't know about the future, the state of the Palworld. As for now, it is probably one of the best booming games. Everyone is playing it right now, and I'm really excited for this game. I spent I think 400 hours into it, probably approaching 500 hours at this point. I'm really addicted to it. I may or not start a new game, but I'm really comfortable with it right now with all the mods and everything. Got a nice little outfit and everything else. Pretty happy where I am right now. But yeah, the purpose of this video is just to make a note to myself if I've ever started the game again, maybe years after. I love this game. This game has so much mechanics. Pokemon, Ark, Survival, Minecraft, Fortnite, the list keeps on going on and on. Everything is super fun in here. But yeah. Anyway, I can always try it another time, but here are some tips I would probably leave to myself and to you as well if you are watching this. It might be a hot take. I think a lot of these are a hot take because, well, yeah, because it may not be what you think it is according to the other guides and whatnot. So anyway, I think first of all, on this section alone, I'll probably talk about EXP, how to level up from the first to 50, because I think it's probably like the longest thing that I need to do in this game. Let me just unbound my... That's not... okay, good. Okay, anyway. There we go. Alright, yeah, so... First of all, for leveling ups to myself. First levels to I think 30. Until level 30, if assuming I'm not using the boosted EXP or everything else. The best way early game is actually to just stick and base. Just, you know, chill out, play it easy early game. I don't need to rush over to anything at all. Because it's all good. It's all Gucci. You know, everything is fun. Actually, I think the base, I think early game I did the best in the grind because my early game is actually pretty fantastic. I level up quite fast from first to level 30, that is. There's a glitch for the EXP where you just like keep on summoning the 2 towers up a roof, and then you just keep on producing XP, summon the roof, but the roof glitch, so you just keep on rotating the EXP from there. So I think that's like one of the best leveling up. But other than that, there are always other ways. Big berries are OP every game. And for big berries, every time you cook, if you have like level 2 like Arsox or Bushi, or like any level 2s that's not Fox Sparks or Ruby, you can get them pretty fast. So it means that you can always get a low EXP early on, really quick and whatnot. So it's all fun and games, but other than that, I would save the catching 10 pals for later on. I'll explain why. But that's a good thing to do. Just build your base, make it as concrete as possible. Try to get the stone base as soon as possible because it doesn't catch fire, especially if you unlock raids. There are 2 bases that are probably like, this is my main base, but this is like after I level 30 because I need more space. But usually I'll play around here. Just 1 ore, maybe 1 ore is the best. The rest is whatever. You can always build it around here if you don't want to get targeted. Otherwise, you can always build it like around these grassy behemoth hills. They have like a good amount of ore. space to build, and etc. etc. The only risk is that if you accidentally aggro Mamorest, it will destroy the whole camp of yours, so try to be calm about it. By the way, that's for early game. You can always challenge like Rain or Chillet, like the early bosses early on, or even Pancake, like these 3 bosses will help you level up. That's why I've always been spamming all these three bosses. Of course, the easiest way is of course Rain, because Rain gives you extra XP on top of everything. You can always grind her. There's the glitch if you want to, which is in any other videos, but the gist of it is you should make yourself wanted, go to a small settlement, shoot the cops or anything, and then just rush over to the tower, get Chris Bolt and Zoe, and then just die afterwards, respawn. Usually if I do that, I just make the respawn drop nothing, because otherwise it's just ridiculous. But it's up to you. If you play with your friends, you want the items to drop, you can certainly do that as well. I just find that's a nuisance if I play by myself. But if you want to go for Rain, and if you just want to kill it, best way is always to use ground pals. I think there are 3 ground pals on the game. The 3 ground pals, I think. Let me just scroll up here. Okay, there is Lumos, there is a Rush Ore, and there is Thunder. You can get them in the dungeon, in the nearby dungeon. Usually around here, there are dungeons everywhere around the early area. You can just search for it. I think there's like one beside the Rain Syndicate Tower entrance. You can just farm Toddler there, you just go back and forth, they always respawn. But Rush Ore is probably the best. You can find Rush Ore in the small settlement, so around this area over here there are a lot of Rush Ores. They are aggressive, but they are not that high level, you can just catch them. So once you catch them, just build the saddle and you're good to go. The reason why I love Rush Ores for early game is because you can ride them. So you can, there's this mechanics for the Rush Ore where you climb up on them, you use like all the skills, you hit the bosses, and then you climb off the Rush Ore, and then all the skills will reset on by themselves, so they can unleash the next 3 skills that they will ever use. And then after that you switch to the next Rush Ore, and then you repeat the process, and etc etc. Yeah, so you can just abuse that. Usually they will help you. Of course, once they get like all the cooldown time, you can always like shoot them with a bow, that'll be best. Just dodge accordingly, and etc. Yeah, so I think that's like the early game levels from first to level 30. When you're level like 20 plus, it will get slower, so base will give you much more EXP than Rain alone. Yeah, I think like that's for the early game, like for level 1 to level 30, because you are progressing super fast in that era. And then after that, there's the mid game, which I say around level 30 to level 40, because this is where the EXP granny starts to get slower, but it's still not that bad. So what you do on this level is just to you farm the bosses. Like I think most of the area in this fight was like level 20-30 plus. So we have Wasanda Lux level 31, Wampopotan level 38, like Greentail level 17, Catchers level 33, and etc etc, Uniform 31. Like this is a good place to explore everything, because at level 30 plus you can beat like most of these bosses. You can always do it earlier, but like this is the optimal time to beat these bosses for EXP and everything. Like absolutely like not the desert and not the ice area, because these are like the higher end bosses. But even in this area, like okay, maybe not the frost area. Frost is the end game area. The desert area and the volcano area, like most of the mobs there are level 30 plus, so you can always farm in there. But I think I only approach it at like level 35 plus when I try to approach this one and all the other places as well. So that's another one. I'm not going to delve into the pals because I'm probably going to make another video, otherwise my memory is going to be pork. But yeah, you can always catch like if you have like swimming, you can always catch like Griswold early on in this field. Over here, there's Griswold over there, so it will help you. No, you cannot ride onto it until late game, but Griswold is good. It's one of the best pals because it's a fusion pal. Yeah, I think that's it for the mid game. There's LP Drag, Talia, and all those things as well. Elizabeth. You can always abuse Elizabeth and like a bunch of B guard. It helps you mid game really well if you want to invest into it. But yeah, that's for like the mid game. Mid game stuff. Base of course will still give you a bit of EXP, not so much anymore. That's for the mid game. And of course, if you want the boss, you can always go for Lily over here. Lily is level 25. Gives you a lot of EXP with like level 30 plus. I think I'm still farming it for like level 33. Probably stop it at level like 35 and plus because I start to explore other places instead. I'm strong enough to do that. Yeah. Of course, I think level 35, 30 plus is where you can set up your second base. So usually where I put my second base is there's always the here for the earlier one. This one has a lot of horse, has a decent spot to block. But I think if you're playing alone, your final base for level 30 plus should be like where I am right now, which is at this spot of I think 192 minus 35 around there. So if you want, let's see, okay, so this is how it looks. Okay, so if let's say you are in the tower over here, okay, you're in the tower, the Lily Tower. So you are you're coming from Lily Tower up here. This is the boss where you challenge the boss, right? And then you can just go into this little nook and cranny over here. Yeah, so if you go to a little nook and cranny over here, you should see like holes and ores just directly south of you. You can always hold on. Let me just turn it up. Okay, yep, sorry. Okay. Then from here you can just glide down if you want to, or if you have flying on, that'll be better because you don't risk anything. Yeah, I think like the Mega Glider I think only help you like around this much, so you probably want to like stagger your fall down a little. Yeah, mine was like very lucky to get here. Instantly, it's the ultimate glider, but yeah. You have flying pals like Nightwing, you build the saddle on it, that'll be great. If you are not, you are using like Arc Gear or like Fanglobe because Fanglobe is pretty fast. You can always jump around. But yeah, this is like the best ore and coal mine you can ever get. This place is safe, you will not be ever getting raided. Main reason why is anyway, you will not be raided because it's the middle of nowhere. Like they don't have any pathing to reach here immediately other than if they climb rocks and whatnot. So it's probably one of the best places if you are playing single. If you are like or playing with your friends, but if you're playing with too many people and you have like different guilds, this chance is like the highest spot to be taken because you can just like milk the ores and coals in here for refined ingot, which is like what the middle game use the most. For handguns, no, handguns is just ingot. For like shotguns and assault rifle, you need them a lot. So that's the mid game for you. Yeah. And then I think for the late game on level 40 plus is where like I think everyone agrees the grind for EXP takes a lot of time. Like this is like where I spend I think more than 50% of my time in this game just to try to level up from 40 to 50 because it takes a lot. But from what I learned is just try to finish your decks, like power deck. Like this is the best period because the EXP grind is so ridiculous, and towers like level 40 towers also is really strong, really tanky as well compared to Lily. you can't really beat it really easily. So the best way is always to level up. You use the bonus EXP cache, complete like 10 of each. Main reason is because I figured out that the bonus EXP, it scales off your level. So if you're low level, the bonus is not going to be that much. But if you're like at a higher level, the bonus is like insane. It's I think like 10,000, 12,000 per catch. So that will help you level up because I think it's like percentage of your EXP bar to the next one. I think I level up from like 40 to 45 just from like completing like half of my pal deck because I rarely catch like new pals immediately until I really need to, so I really spam those. Of course, once you reach level 45, that's like where like everything is probably start to cap. Your armor is going to count as the armor, the best armor, and etc. etc. So you can just like finish the bosses or Surge, Palaris, probably not Shadowblink. Shadowblink is ridiculously hard unless you're using Jet Dragon, which makes everything easy. Like that's like your final goal, Jet Dragon level 50. You finish legendaries. There is always methods if you want to cheese it. Like if people ask me if I'm ever getting asked, comments and everything about like how to cheese the boss, I can always share. There are like a couple of ways to cheese it. The EXP way and like the instant way depends on what you value the most. If you prefer time, there's still the better way. Fire and poison most of the time. Easy way is just to freeze bomb. But that was like level 48 plus. Yeah. But yeah, I think like those are like the thing. Usually like level 40 plus, you just like finish everything. You finish the desert mostly. You finish the desert, you finish the volcano. You can farm like Wampos in here, Wampo Bultang. Though most of the time you don't really need this. Like most of the good pals are usually in the desert area. Like the desert area you will see like level 35, 38, sometimes 40. Suzaku is usually 40, 42. But you can always grind in here level 44 and plus. Like these like the late game pals that you all need. Orsurk, Lylene, Shadowbeak if you want to. Yeah, I think like those are all. You can always catch Wampo Bultang here. But yeah, I'm probably rambling too much. Oh, and of course, late game is where you breed. Most of the pals late game is for breeding. You can breed a lot of things, mainly because at late game, I find that like for Victor and Shadowbeak, which is like the final level, unless you are using Jet Dragon, most of the time you'll find a struggling. Like Assault Rifle doesn't do much, Rocket Launcher is probably your best bet. I think I use, let's see, what did I use? I use this two, Lylene, Offender, First Stallion, all like +4, give them dragon moves and everything. Daydream and Daz is just like early game, mid game strat. Yeah, but that's about it, I think. So yeah, I think that's all for now for the leveling up. Yeah, if I talk too fast, do tell me if I'm talking too fast. But yeah, but that's it for now. I think late game, yeah, I can really share more later on about like the past pals and everything. And of course there'll be more hot takes compared to like the popular videos. Because like when you play 400 hours into it and you try to optimize every single thing, you realize that which one is better than the others. Though on paper it's like, oh, this is very good, like. And then you play in actuality, it's like, wait a minute, why this sucks so much? Like for example, if you want a Yormantide, if you're in a Yormantide Ignis, like the best way is to breed them. Definitely early on you can just breed them, and the main for Yormantide is the best to breed them. because Alpha Tide sucks for base mostly. It's only good for a mount. Like Alpha is only good for a mount because of extended range. But like other than that, it just sucks like for mount, yeah. But I think like those I will probably try to cover up in the later stage of the game. In like other videos as well, because I think my memory is like trying to get bored really quickly, really soon. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for hearing my own diary, my own ramble, so my own video. But yeah, I think I will see you again next time, I suppose. Thank you so much for being here with me. See you again later. Oh yeah, if you want the mods, you can just comment me and I'll probably put in the descriptions. From there onwards, like this Lily outfit mod, which is pretty cute, and all the other things. That's another thing. Okay, I'm rambling too much. Alright then, I'll see you again next time. Bye.